What is going on, everyone? Been having some internet issues. We'll see if that continues here. Everything's been reset. Again, Chasing Geekdom is the channel here on YouTube, on all the social medias as well, on Hangout. Normally I would be covering comic conventions, can't do that right now. Theme parks right now. As well as like geek races like Star Wars Half Marathon, that kind of stuff. Those aren't also happening right now. A lot of virtual races, kind of like represented here. Last year's Run Disney Marvel series, Iron Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel. Let's jump in and see if we're going to have the same issues as before. So, since I can't be out there covering all these events, I'm going to talk about them here while I do what I'd be doing at home anyways, which is playing Fortnite. So each session will have a topic. Today's theme parks. And I don't know. I'm apprehensive. If I lived close, as I've said before, I'd probably swing by just to kind of see what's what. There's not a lot at stake in that scenario, you know what I mean? Considering you can just kind of bounce and, you know, have a hotel or whatever flight that you paid for, that kind of thing. And you haven't subjected yourself to safety of air travel right now, you know? I don't know. The worst flu that I ever had wasn't from a flight, it was actually from a train. Similar scenario though, where you're kind of like in close quarters with people and everything for a prolonged period. A lot more on a train, but I remember I was just wrecked. Probably should have gone to see a doctor, but I didn't. I was in my Welcome back. It's temperamental for a minute. Hopefully it's going to start recovering. I'm trying to think of the last time I was at a theme park. Did I go in 2019? I just don't know if I did. Because I remember being in California. I don't. It's going to the stacks. I'm not going to. That's weird. Just to make sure I get some weapons before inevitably dying. A terrible, terrible death. Yeah, I think it's 2018, October. It's the last time I was at Disneyland. Alright. Looks like we are back. Yeah, a lot of this has come back. I want to. There's someone out there I do kind of want to fight. Let's see what's up. So yeah, last time I was in Anaheim, hit both parks. except it's been a while. I really enjoyed the different Guardians version of Power of Terror. Oh, I forget. I have a terrible memory. I thought it was pretty cool. Like they do a really good job with like the cues and everything. You know, really telling a story going through there, like the collector and how he like kidnapped the guardians and stuff. It's cool. Someone's in here. I am glad that like back in the day they changed California Adventure. That initial version they kind of built out that was all kitschy and Beach Boys and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't say I hated it or anything. You know, I was always like stoked when I got to go to Disneyland, but like now that you see how they've changed it to like Walt's LA slash Burbank, you know, when he first came out, it really pulled everything together. It's kind of cool. I am glad they got rid of the Maliboomer. It's one of those rides where you sit on it and it kind of like shoots you up. Like the whole thing. I don't know, it just seemed kind of cheap compared to other Disney attractions. I was quick on the draw. Did get me a smidge, apparently. Let's explore. Honestly, after this water receded, you would have hoped that it was a lot different. But, I don't know. At least we know that the new season is coming. 3 weeks now. Also, are cars here yet? I'm surprised there aren't more people out here just for curiosity's sake. Yeah, I look forward to Universal in Orlando. I've never been. I've been to Orlando, you know, Walt Disney World, but I really want to do Diagon's Alley. That fire-breathing dragon, and also ride the Hogwarts Express, which is stationary at in Hollywood. It's the one burst weapon that I like. Let's see. But yeah, the Hogwarts Express in Hollywood is just front. You know, it's just stationary. So that park is very limited. You can't really expand just because it's literally in the Hollywood Hills, and you know they've got the studios. Like if they were to give up, at Universal Studios, some of the actual like working studio aspect of it down the hill from where the parks are, from the park is. There's a part of it near-ish, but it's still like they have to give some of that up to like expand the park in any way. But yeah, I want to get to Orlando so I can hit up that alley. If you haven't been to either, if you're a Harry Potter fan and have always been, curious about the butterbeer, they did a great job. I don't know. I mean, there's no screen accuracy with taste or anything, obviously, but it's just so good. The cold version. So there's like a cold, and then there's a frozen. Cold is just like you're drinking a cold soda. It's a little thicker than that, but it's really good, and it's sweeter. I'm a sweet tooth, so they have this like foam stuff. It's just amazing. And then there's a frozen kind, and then they also now have like, I don't know if I call it a latte, but all of them are good. For me, it's the cold version that's the best. And the meals at the Three Broomsticks are like surprisingly filling, big. Like they have an English breakfast that's like true English breakfast, big. It's good. Is usually portion size with like theme park food. It's off, but oh yeah, one thing too. I guess I could recommend since we're talking about theme parks and staying fit and whatnot. Anyway, should I? Archie. I just. I see you, bud. What you got? Oh, something or other. No. Yeah, I'll stick with what I have. Really, you could use this app that I'm going to mention anywhere that you move around. Right. Got me good. Good job, boss. 2018. Or is it Yas? I can't tell if that's a Y or an app called the Charity Miles app. So what you do is you download the app. It's like not a steps tracker, but it tracks like distance that you move. And so you download it, you pick a charity. It'll be like your charity for, you can switch them as much as you want, but you kind of choose one that you're going to not dedicate yourself to, but it'll be your default charity for like the sessions that you do for running or biking or walking or whatever. And when you're going to be moving around, like walking around a comic convention, a theme park, or a race or whatever, or just going to the mall, you turn it on and you tell like it's an outdoor walk or outdoor run or a bike or whatever. And then as you move, it funnels money to that charity that you've chosen. And the person or the organization that actually gives the money is the company being advertised on the screen during that session. So like, say the charity that I'm doing right now is Feeding America. And the Charity Miles app, I'll say, hey, I'm going for a run. And anyway, and then I'll turn it on and I'll start. And on the screen, as it shows the distance that I'm tracking, it'll have an advertisement, say for Verizon or whatever. So whatever money that I generate through that activity is going to be donated by the company advertising on the screen. So Verizon basically is taking its ad money. This is just an example. I think I've seen them do it though. It's taking their ad money and just giving it to the charity while they're advertising. Anyway, hope that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, next time you go to theme parks, because you know how much walking you end up doing. That 3 years ago, I was at Walt Disney World with my friends and their kids. I got kids who we played Fortnite with last night. And just the first day at Magic Kingdom, we walked literal half marathon, 13.1 miles. And thankfully only ended up with a poster. So it doesn't track how much you're raising each one, I don't think, because I think I wouldn't say it's a negligible amount, but like, you're not like, oh, it's like $100 for charity every single time you go for a walk. It's not like that. But over time, it's nice to know that like the movements that you do, these activities, you can all kind of like put them in a good direction. It's just like another way to stay motivated with workouts. Same area again. Where shall we go? Same. I haven't paid attention to Twitter or anything the last couple of days, so I don't know if there's been if cars have been added. Although I probably would have seen. So I'll let me go there. Two there. Or what did I hear that it was delayed by like weeks or something? Which would put it at near the end of the season. Weird. So yeah, again, Charity Miles app. You can download it. The Google Play Store, the App Store. Not an ad. Do not get paid by that. In any way. Let's see. Where shall we go? It's a good place to get in a fight. Retail. Retail something. Right. I'm sure I'm gonna see like a bunch of angry tweets as soon as I get there. Did you guys have anything? Let's see. Latest. There's also a pretty good built-in exercise. It's like, you go to these theme parks, you're gonna eat garbage. So, if you can get some extra steps in, or a little bit of not cardio, but like it might be actually the shape that I'm in right now. Probably would be in Universal Studios Hollywood. there's an upper and a lower lot because it's on a hill, as I mentioned. And of course, there's an escalator because not everybody can walk up. Like, I remember counting once, but I forget how many it was. But it's a lot. And so, like, if I was going to get myself an extra butterbeer, I would just make sure to walk up and down from the upper to the lower lot. And you definitely are going to be going between the two because Pistol. I haven't got Pistol Elimination yet this season. Or, yeah. So let's be my machine guns. Yeah, so because between the two, it's going to try to do this thing right now. I think the lower lot had Transformers, which is an incredible ride. It's almost as if like that series, Michael Bay stuff, which um, was meant to be like it was created so that it could become a ride. Like that's the intended form, the right form for that story, those characters, that kind of thing. Should I try this one? I'm not gonna have a shot with it though. Um, yeah, it's just so good, that Transformers attraction. It's that and the Fast franchise. Neither of those movie franchises are really for me, um, except for the first Fast film. I kind of like that one. But the rest, they just it missed me. And for me, both at on the lower lot there at Universal in Hollywood have iterations that I'm like, this is what that franchise, these stories were made for me, were these attractions built around them. Because on the Transformers attraction is like when you sit in a vehicle and it moves you through, and they use screens, they use 3D, they use practical as what's the mixture of it. It's just awesome. I think you had 3D glasses on, yeah. And then it's just so good. And the cast members there working the ride, they're like in character. I don't remember what the character was, but I remember they were dedicated, which you're going to find in LA. Because, I mean, you've got aspiring actors like I was at one point, and Hollywood style. And so you're going to look out, with your theme parks looking for that kind of talent. And the Fast franchise is represented by a part on the backlot tour where you're taking the tram. And you do actually go through, obviously, like places where they're shooting. I remember so excited when I was living there, still, right before I moved out here to St. Louis. They were doing The Good Place. I hadn't seen it yet. So I'm like, oh, it's a really like cheesy looking outdoor set that they have there. And it was like literally The Good Place where they had all the yogurt shops and all that kind of stuff. And so then when I finally saw it, I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. Like, it all came together. But then part of it, you go through this thing and it stops and you're going on this like heist adventure thing that's made in the style of those fast films. The later ones, they get really absurd, and it so works for an attraction. Um, so it's a blast. On your left, that's 12 players left. Leave that. So that's updated. Think that I'm not here. Yeah. So, anyways, that's in the lower lot, upper lot. You've got, of course, the Harry Potter world, the Simpsons ride, which is awesome. It replaced Back to the Future, which is a bummer. So it's like the same mechanism. So you're like, yeah, the Back to the Future one is awesome. I remember going on that when I was a kid. But the Simpsons like version that they changed it to was pretty great. But one thing that I don't get that's still there, because if they need room to build like a Diagon Alley in the Hollywood one, is the Waterworld stunt thing. Don't get me wrong, I mean it's super impressive. Like the fact that it's Waterworld themed. Alright, where you at, buddy? Yeah, I don't understand the appeal. Like, I lived right there. I lived in Burbank, and yeah, okay. Better shot. Huh. Okay. Her dad is watching me. Yeah. Much. So, as I was saying, yeah, the Waterworld thing. I lived in Burbank, and you could see the little fireworks show from the little stunt show like every night, which is kind of neat and all, but like it seems like an outdated. What was that? Where are you, buddy? I hear you. Yeah, that's good. Okay, take that. Take that. And we'll take. Where's that sniper at? Did I take it already? There it is. Oh, I didn't. Am I mistaken? Did I not see it? Oh, there it is. Okay. That. And what was left? Oh, wait a second. There's one. Oh, you're one of those. Okay. Here you are. Ah, you got me. He snuck up. They're probably a fan of the Waterworld show at at Universal Studios Hollywood and did not appreciate the things that I was saying. My apologies. Nice shot, person. Is that a sunflower backpack? They're hiding in a porta potty. But yeah, I think they should. I don't know. Maybe it's still there just because it's so popular. Maybe I'm missing something. Retheme it. Why does it have to be Waterworld unless they had some sort of like naming rights? But it's been like that forever. My whole life. Maybe that's an exaggeration. Since its inception. Yeah. I don't think people would be super mad if like they got rid of that and put a diagon out. Is there a Simpsons-like ride in Orlando? I think I went through all of their attractions. Seeing anything similar to that, where you're like, it's a screen. It's really vague. I know what I'm thinking, but post-work brain is mush. I know they've got the like Harry Potter one where you're flying in Hogwarts and around the grounds and all that kind of stuff. I remember when that first came out, they had like the 3D glasses version. And oof, that was rough. A lot of people like if I get motion sickness, it's like it's bad. Although it's gotten worse since like I got past a certain age. Oh, speaking of, okay. If you guys get any kind of motion sickness, especially with spinning, where am I? Oh yeah, let's go. There. You've been to Epcot and you've ridden the Mission to Mars, Mission to Space thing. They have two versions of it. They have like the rough and then they have the easy. I think the easy's the green version. I don't know what color the other one is. That's the one we went on. And I'm like, I'll be fine. There's some legit cheese on that. And I got sick. I was super pale and I really honestly thought I was going to pass out. That was crazy. Yeah, that was wild. What's going on out there? Let's go there. Yeah. That's dead. I'm sure I'm the only one. I'm gonna die real quick. I'm sure of it. Alright. Where would I find some loose sight on the nose? Let's this is what I'm talking about. But it's like it looks different now. There's the landscape has changed. This is what the entire map should. At least in more places. Oh yeah, I think this a lot. It's good. So I guess the rumor is Atlantis is coming, which makes sense since, you know, Aquaman and all. I honestly still really want to get like underwater. There needs to be some sort of mechanism. Something. If we can fly and we can swim, they need to figure out a way to, like, you know, hang out underwater. It would be cool if, since they brought in that villain from that movie, what was his name? Mantis? Right? There was a skin that you could buy or something. They brought in his, like, brother as well. Shot going. I'm really into this little area. This is there. Yeah, I told you. I don't build. That's why. How, and I don't care. Interesting with the algorithm in this game is that it's like it doesn't only pair you up with people who are kind of like similar in skill. They also do as far as like style of play, because I don't come across people that build much. And when I do, you need to get out of here. Alright. I just burned that stuff down. I see it. Oh, I think it's like this area out there where the whirlpool is. This like dark outline thing on the map here is where Atlantis is supposed to happen. That's the one. So that would be all of this business. Yeah, ruins. It's supposed to be all that. I think I read that it might be like it comes out from the water and there are these huge like walls of water around, which I guess that would be pretty neat. people. I am just so glad that they got rid of the, like, taking it too seriously spy story. It's got this cheekiness back again, which I like. I think I want to write in a book. This is one of my favorite things that's happened so far. This new chapter. It's a nice way to get around. Holy cow, look at that shark. What is happening? Was this a mistake? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Whoa. Alright. Mostly unscathed. Wow. Alright. Let's hang out here. Yes, I think timing-wise for these streams, it'll be usually starting at around 7:15, 7:30 Central. Alright, let's go. Who's phone? Yeah, 7:15, 7:30 Central, depending on how quickly I can get things kind of settled. On the weekends, who knows? Sounds like someone who wants to fight but is trying to draw someone out like me. What kind of game? Honestly. Yeah, and so, each time we'll have a topic. Today's theme park business. If you have anything from the topics that I cover, geekdom related, if it's from like film and TV, that kind of stuff, just hit me up and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. To just having a chat about that during a stream. Alright. Guy. Let's see if I can get that shape here. Dang it. There we go. Nice. I actually did practice the sniperness. Is that weapon I'm hearing? She's seeing things wrong. Nope, there was something over here. What's up, buddy? Oh, yeah, here it is. I think I saw a term once for people like me who squat in the bushes a lot. I don't remember what it was, but I laughed. This last night location. Seven left still. Oh, so it's where'd you go? Distracted, weren't you? Alright, what do we got here? What do I want? Where you at, buddy? Where am I? Yeah, I was out of ammo. Whew. Good job, Dragon or Sea. Need to pay more attention to gathering more ammunition and less on talking. We'll just find a better balance. Because if I had more bullets, I wouldn't have had to switch up as much. That is what I learned today. Coming to my TED Talk. So yeah, back to the lobby. Thanks for hanging out. Again, Chasing Geekdom is the channel. Check out the other, coverage of things that I do when the world isn't locked down. And hang out on Twitter and Instagram as well. Say hi. And yeah, back tomorrow. Monday to Friday around 7:15, 7:30 Central. And weekends, I'm not sure what time, just kind of whenever I feel like it. And yeah. Yeah, that's all for me today. Bye.